Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Friday Night Lighting Critique. We just have one submission from today. We have Holly. So Holly submitted this image below, and you also submitted this reference image, which is really, really great. It's so cool that it seems like you were able to find 3 reference images. I guess this is a pretty common shot in films. Who knew? But really great stuff. Love this reference. We're going to be able to pull a lot of really great information from here. So when I'm looking at this, so you talked about focusing in on this upper left one, right? So there are a few things about it that really stand out to me. There's the haze, the fog. There's the very bright lights of some of these lights. There's the color balance between the warmth of the street and the blue of the building surrounding. There's this kind of silhouette in the foreground with the feet, but I don't think we have that, so that's fine. But it's really just like this combination of, and there's a little bit of warmth in these window lights down in here. So it's a combination of warmth from the street, from the red glow, and the coolness of the buildings kind of coming together and all this glow and atmospheric stuff. So you've got some of the atmospheric stuff starting to build up, right? And I think that's really cool. I think that there's a couple things that we can do, and this part totally depends on you. I would consider cooling up all of the light that's hitting the external of the building, and only allow the street lights and the kind of pockets of lights inside the windows here to get warmer. And you've got some windows higher up here that are getting warmer, and I would just maybe take those down. The one thing that you really have, and hopefully you can see it here in this video, is this really beautiful specular highlight in this building. Like, it's just it's one thing that happens a lot in CG, and I struggled with this recently, was figuring out a way to make a building or a structure not feel dry. Because there's things are made of, like, these skyscrapers are often made of steel or some sort of metal. I don't know, but and there's also a lot of moisture in the air that gets on the building. Even if they're like brick, there's like a shimmer to them. Like the way that you're getting it on the top here, you've got some really, really nice sheen to it. So what I think you should do is I think that you should cool off you've got the cool light on the buildings already, but see if you can't isolate the window lights down lower. And then in terms of the street, so when I first looked at this, it looked like I didn't read it as a street, like this little shape here. And I was trying to figure out why, because it does match, like that's similar to that shape there. And I was like, why isn't that lining up? And it's because we're missing some of these other lights along the street that help indicate that that's street level, because right now we're not getting any of those, and it just kind of feels like it's flat on the surface. And I was like, oh, but it kind of falls behind there. So there's that. And then the third one is really like pushing some of the bright values once we get and getting those bright values to be down lower into the ground area down here. So again, allowing these to go darker, and then we can really push this to be quite a bit brighter. Take down that. And then what this is doing actually is this pushing the image more saturated, which is another place that we would want to go to, because like looking at some of these super saturated values, I think you can push the saturation a little bit more, because again, looking at the original, there's more saturation, more value kind of playing out, and I think that you can get something really cool. So like the way that it's getting super dark here in the foreground, you may not want that. Like obviously you want it to be a little bit darker because it's closer to the camera, and you want that black point to be lower, but yeah, I just think that the bright, like looking at the bright values here, let's see if we can actually just shift that around just a little bit. That's not going to look as good as I would want. Oh, that's terrible. So it's just a matter of getting those dark points a little closer to the camera to be lighter, but still the darkest point of the image, and then stepping back into that fog. Usually when I do this stuff, the fog is like the last thing that I add. So I would definitely render it out separately. Keep it off to the side. Let's make sure the structure of the lighting is in place, and then we'll go ahead and add it back in. So I hope that's, if you have any questions, let me know. If anybody else has anything to post, go and throw it up. I I won't be doing any video critiques. I'm trying to do video critiques Monday through Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday just hopping on to give some written feedback, if I can. But yeah, so keep posting, keep doing stuff. You guys are making great work, and I'm excited to see what you do next. Okay, have a great weekend, everybody. Happy letting.